There's a pattern running in the back of your mind right now, quietly draining your energy and mental health every single day. And the reason you don't notice it, it doesn't feel like a psychological trap. It feels like common sense or being realistic. But here's the problem. The same mental reflexes that once protected you, it doesn't know when it's safe to stop. And that's where self-sabotage begins. If you're exhausted by overthinking, it's because your brain is caught in invisible mental patterns and cognitive biases it uses for protection. We're identifying the 5 specific thinking traps and thinking mistakes that are masquerading as common sense, so you can rewire the signal before it starts misfiring. The first pattern is all or nothing thinking. This is when your brain deletes the middle and collapses the complexity of a situation, limited to 2 outputs, good or bad, success or failure, all or nothing. Something is either perfect or ruined. Someone is either good or bad. A day is either a success or a failure. Just black or white, no shades of gray. There is no middle ground, no breathing room, no space for anything complicated or human. What's happening here is your prefrontal cortex is saving energy and conserving effort by simplifying reality into 2 extreme categories. It's efficient, but it's inaccurate. And the trouble with that kind of thinking is that one small mistake can poison the entire experience. One imperfect result can make you feel like you failed completely. Reality isn't extreme. Most things are mixed, incomplete. Most things are not as final as your mind wants them to be. The override is simple. So when you notice the world turning black and white, slow down and ask for the full picture. Write down the evidence for the thought and the evidence against it. Ask yourself, on a scale of 1 to 100, how much of this actually went wrong? Usually it's about 5%. Don't let 5% define the other 95%. That simple act can pull you back from the edge and help you see what is actually true. The second pattern is overgeneralizing. This is when one small event becomes a story about who you are. You struggle with one math problem and suddenly your brain says, I'm bad at math. You have one difficult conversation and suddenly it becomes, I always mess things up. Your brain is taking a single data point and pretending it's a pattern. It takes a single drop of discomfort and floods the whole picture with it. But one event is not a life sentence. One mistake is not a definition. One hard moment is not the whole truth about you. When you catch this happening, name it right away. Say, my brain is overgeneralizing, but I don't need this right now. That label creates space. It reminds you that the thought is a reaction, not a verdict. That label creates distance. You're no longer inside the thought. You're observing it. You aren't arguing with the thought. You're dismissing a faulty notification. The third trap is catastrophizing. This is when the mind takes a small uncertainty and turns it into a disaster. You get a short message. Now your brain is running simulations. What if I'm in trouble? What if something went wrong? What if this gets worse? You imagine the worst, then the next worst, then the worst after that, and your body reacts as if it's already real, but it's not a prediction, it's protection. The brain does this because it miscalculates fear, making you ready. If it interprets the pain prediction early enough, it can protect you from it. But all it's actually doing is flooding your body with stress for a future that hasn't happened yet. It really does pull you out of the present moment and into exhaustion. So when the what-if spiral starts, don't fight it. Fighting a survival reflex usually makes it louder. Instead, use a soft dismissal. Say, thank you, brain. I know you're trying to help, but I don't need this signal right now. That response does something powerful. It acknowledges the protection without obeying the fear. The fourth trap is mind reading. This is when you think you know what other people are thinking. When you look at someone's expression, their silence, or the way they answered you, and your brain decides it already knows what that means. You assume they're disappointed, or irritated, or judging you. But most of the time, you are not reading their mind. Your brain fills in their emotional state based on what you would feel in that moment. You are seeing your own insecurity wearing someone else's face. old experiences, wearing a new face. That is what makes this trap so convincing. It feels like perception, but it is often projection. So, run the reality test. Stop and check the source code. And if the data is borrowed from an old wound, you don't have to keep carrying it. Ask yourself, whose voice is that really? If it sounds like an old critic, an old fear, or a memory of someone who once made you doubt yourself, then it doesn't belong to the person in front of you. You do not need to treat an old fear like current truth, because unless they've said it clearly, you don't have data, you have an assumption. An assumption is corrupted input. Delete it. The fifth trap is disqualifying the positive. This is when something good happens, but your brain refuses to let it count. You did something well, and immediately it erases your progress in real time. It tells you it was luck. It tells you it was easy. It tells you it does not really mean anything. Before the dopamine registers, your negativity bias mutes the signal. It's an ancient survival reflex that now suppresses the very reward your brain needs to repeat that success. Over time, this habit teaches you to mistrust your own progress. It makes your wins feel small and your effort feel invisible. This is the most exhausting trap of all. Because honestly, you begin to work hard without ever feeling the reward of what you've actually built. So you keep working, but never feel the reward. And over time, that drains you slowly, quietly, and deeply personal. So when you catch a moment of success, stop and let your brain register it. Ask yourself, the fact that I did this, what does that say about me? That question matters because it helps your mind stop deleting the evidence of your own value. It gives your brain a chance to register your own strength instead of erasing it. These 5 patterns, the extremes, the labels, the disasters, the projections, and the loops, are part of being human. They aren't going to disappear overnight. But now, you have the names for them. And once you can name the pattern, you don't have to follow it. You can acknowledge the thought, apply the move, and keep going. You don't need a new brain, you just need to recognize the one you have. I'll see you in the next one.